everybody. So we are on our way. We are passing through, I'm thinking we're down in Kingston somewhere. We haven't made it to Nashville yet, but for those of you that don't know, my husband and I are heading to Fargo, North Dakota from Knoxville, Tennessee. And it's new for me. We went up there about a month ago and fell in love with it, and so now we're moving. So here's the story. This is how this happened. I was just telling my brother about this. We had been, well, he apparently had been thinking about it for a while, and he'd gotten laid off from his one job, and so this was about maybe a week, 2 weeks into his not working, and we were talking about relocating, but that wasn't a place we were talking about. We were just talking about all different places. So anyway, one night we're sitting there having a conversation, and he goes, "What do you think about Fargo, North Dakota?" And I was like, "I guess it's okay." And he goes, "We should go take a trip and check it out." And I said, "Yeah, that sounds good." And he goes, "Well, you want to go?" And I said, "Sure. When do you want to go?" And he goes, "Tomorrow. Let's go tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay." And so we got in the car the next day and drove to Fargo. And we get up there, we drove all over the place. East Fargo, West Fargo, Jamestown, Dickinson. We were everywhere up there. And came back, and the car we drove was we have a Kia, a 2007 Kia Sportage. And we drove that from Knoxville to Fargo by way of Chicago, and we drove back by way of Memphis, coming straight down and coming back from Memphis. So we get all the way back, and he gets a job and he starts working again, and he's worked like maybe what, a week, about a month before, no, I'm talking about before the car tore up, about a week. Yeah, he started working. He's been there for about a week, 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. And then the transmission in the car went out. So we had to put the car in the shop. And we just decided we were moving up there. And our lease was up at the end of July. So we were like, but we didn't want to wait that long. We didn't want to wait until the end of July, because then we would have had to pay another month's rent. And so we were like, no, we could take that money and do something else with it. So we used it to rent a truck. And we loaded up the truck, which was a whole other story in itself. By the time we loaded the truck, and and then we had to move furniture from my house to my daughter's house, and every time we load the truck and move furniture, everything we loaded in the truck fell over. So we've had to straighten the truck up like 3 times in 3 days. And then we finally got everything loaded on the truck, but the car still wasn't ready. So they just got the car together yesterday. We got it picked up and finally was able to get on the road today. So there's the story.
Tell them about the U-Haul guy.
Oh my gosh, and the U-Haul guy. Guys, if you ever have to rent anything, go to U-Haul. Our U-Haul guy, I can't even tell you, I don't even know his name. But for those that live in Knoxville, he's in Knoxville on Clinton Highway. Little, well, he's probably, I don't know how tall he is, but he looks tall. He's probably about 6 foot. Wears wears glasses, dirty blonde hair, nicest guy ever. He was so kind to us. We rented the truck Sunday, and because we couldn't get our car, we couldn't get on the road, we parked the truck at the U-Haul place, and he was like, we went in there today for them to show us how to hook the car up to the truck and through using the tow. And so I asked him, I said, well, how much is it going to be if we end up having to keep the truck longer, because we just got the car back? And he was like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of you. And he gave us a whole other week. So now we don't have to try to rush to do everything. We can drive in peace, and the car doesn't have to be back until next Saturday. That's a whole week. Oh my God, he was so nice. So shout out to the U-Haul on Clinton Highway in Knoxville, Tennessee. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. I haven't had a chance to do the Yelp review, but when I do, oh my goodness. And I don't remember what his name is. I want to say Jeff, but don't hold me to that. I'll have to call and find out what his name was, because I can't remember. But he was awesome. Everybody there was so nice. We are U-Haul people for life. We tried using budget. That was a nightmare. We went to budget before we went to U-Haul, and budget was a nightmare. We got a truck. We tried to drive it. I drove it from the budget place to the house, which is only about 2 miles away, 3 miles at the most. And the wheel had so much play, it needed a front end alignment, and the tires were wired. You could see wire on the tires, on the 2 front tires. And then it took an act of Congress for them to refund my money back, because we couldn't drive the car, and they didn't have another truck for us to drive. And then on top of that, they didn't have a tow for us, a car trailer for us to use to haul the car. We were going to have to go to a different, someplace like U-Haul to even get a car trailer to haul the car. So we ended up going to budget. They were super, I mean, not budget, but we ended up getting our money back from budget and going to U-Haul. They were super, super awesome. U-Haul for life. That's all I can say. So we just wanted to show you some of the beautiful country while we were driving, because it's just gorgeous out here. All the mountains, and we're showing you this because Fargo, North Dakota doesn't have mountains like this. They don't have trees and mountains, and I mean, they have trees, don't get me wrong, but they don't have the mountains like what you see here. And I know this is a weird angle on the phone that you're looking at, but honestly, if I tried it any other way, I wouldn't be able to talk to you. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to see the scenery while we're driving. And like I said, we're probably outside of Kingsport heading into Nashville. I think we're coming through Crossville, Tennessee now, heading into Nashville, going down through Memphis to get to Fargo that way. We didn't want to go to Chicago because they got a lot of tolls going that way, and there's not as much nice stuff to see. Honestly, it was kind of a dry ride driving up there. It was not scenic at all, and at least this way we get to see the beautiful country. So There you go. But anyway, we are headed. I'm trying to turn this camera a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Well, it won't let me turn it, so I'll have to do another video so you guys can see us. But we are headed to Fargo, North Dakota by way of Memphis, and then up through Missouri and Nebraska, and is it Montana? I don't know. Minnesota, all through there. Up that whole line up through there. I don't know. Yeah. Pause. So, anyway, we're gonna let you go. We just wanted you to see a little bit of it and tell you how we got started, and we'll just kind of check in along the way at different places when we stop, because we'll have to stop and get gas and all that stuff. But right now we're doing pretty good on gas, come to think of it. This thing says we have 296 miles before we're empty, and we just got gas yesterday, and we haven't really drove anywhere, so we're gonna kind of see how many tanks it takes us to get there. So we're on tank number 1 right now, and I don't know how many pounds we got going on right now, between the truck and the car. And we've got the truck loaded to the gills, and we've got the back of the car is loaded to the gills. So I'm guessing we're carrying a couple of tons at least. So we're going to see how long this gas lasts us. But as of right now, it says we've got 296 miles. And so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, we're on tank number 1. So, any words for the people, honey?
Nope.
Okay.
Just enjoying the ride and the scenery.
Yep, enjoying the ride and the scenery. And we will holler at you guys like, oh, here we go. We're in Crossville. Aha, so their sign says Crossville. So we just hit Crossville. So we'll let you know when we get a little further ahead. In the meantime,
Peace.
peace.